Alrighty, hello and welcome to something a little bit different. I just wanted to take a little nostalgia trip down memory lane while playing through the original Runescape tutorial island, and I just wanted to tell that in story form. Well, let's just get to it. As few, if any of you know it, my first YouTube channel was Popuptwo RS. That's RS as in Runescape. Yes, I created my first YouTube channel with the intent of making RuneScape videos, or at least watch them. I never actually got around to making one. But in fact, it's the reason for the spelling of my screen name. Originally, I used to go by Popuptwo with the number 2, but that was doubtless taken way before I started playing RuneScape, so I was just left with Popuptwo, and so it stuck. You see, one of my best friends growing up actually introduced me to this game. I loved playing computer games. I particularly loved like Age of Empires and the Age of Mythology games, but I never really played online games. This was like mind-blowing to younger me, getting to interact with people all over the world, meeting lots of different people. I was quickly enchanted with the game, and I just played a little bit more of it than I should. It was fun, and I enjoyed my time with it immensely. I remember distinctly spending an entire summer burning maple logs in the Grand Exchange just to get my very first level 99 fire making. Woohoo. I was so happy, and I basically bought membership just to get the cape. And a funny little story about that, like, I actually walked down and bought one of those membership cards from 7-Eleven because I didn't actually want to ask my parents for their credit card, fearing they wouldn't approve of this choice. But regardless, eventually my interest started to wane in this game. Other games came in, and I just started playing with other friends, and I would only log in for holiday events, and I just really wasn't playing that much more of the game. Near the end of this time, I actually fell victim to a scammer. Naive, younger me actually believed that this person claiming to be from Jagex support was actually from Jagex, and I stupidly gave them my account information. Big shocker. I was hacked and my password was changed, but since my interest in the game was waning, I really didn't really care. I just moved on and started playing Guild Wars. Yeah. But I didn't investigate, I didn't do any due diligence, I didn't make sure that I still had access to my account. I just kind of moved on. After a few months later, as a lark, I decided, I'm sure, let's jump on and see what they did with my account. I recovered the password, and I discovered they had actually started PKing. They were in like the Wilderness Bank, and everything on my account had been sold. And that was kind of devastating because I had a lot of stuff and a lot of memories and things like that. And they had actually also leveled my attack up to 99. I think it was my attack. It might have been something else. One of my stats up to 99 is like, hey, cool, lucky them. They farmed for me. I didn't really think much of it, but because like everything was sold and everything that I had done and everything I had was gone, it pretty much crushed any ideas I had of ever getting back in the game. So I never really went and secured my account like I probably should have. This was not a wise decision, and the person that ended up scamming me ended up getting my account banned, and that was depressing to say the least when I found out. Like I had tried a couple years after that, and they just discovered that that account had been banned. A couple years ago, I tried to get back in when I was in college, just for, like nostalgia's sake, and I discovered that, like, it just really wasn't the same. It was a different account. I had to make Popuptwo 2. And I can't remember if I contacted Jagex's support. I have no idea if that's the correct pronunciation. And I was just convinced I had lost the account forever. I might have sent like an email or a report in saying like, hey, my account was banned, can you do something? But I really didn't give it a second thought, and I just started playing. But it just really wasn't the same. It wasn't fun. All this new stuff, and the leveling was super easy. It just wasn't the same experience, and it never really captured my attention the same way that it did years ago. And life went on, and so did I. Just stopped playing RuneScape. But bring it back into 2019, I'm sure everyone has been inundated with advertisements for old school RuneScape, especially on the mobile and things like that. I think it's been making quite a splash in the mobile community because like that was perfect for like cashing in on the nostalgia factor. Not only could you play this game, you could also, you know, play it on mobile. And so like just the other day, I honestly just thought, you know what, screw it. I've been looking for like a mindless game for me to play on my phone at work and on my iPad, and I said, why not give it a shot, you know? And I ended up downloading it at 2 a.m. and got through the tutorial island on Popuptwo to it was a quaint little nostalgia trip, but oh well, that's the end, right? Wrong. Just as like a lark, I just decided, you know, what if I tried logging back into that account? What would happen? And I actually had to reset my password for my main account, so I saw sort of the process of that. You kind of just put in your name, and they kind of send an email, and like they would show like stat information, like, okay, this account has been used for 100 hours, because I think that was however much it was for Popuptwo 2. And so just as like after I'd fooled around, like, haha, that was fun being on the tutorial island again. Yeah, that's fun. Thought, you know what? Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? So I actually put in recover account, Popuptwo, thinking, you know, it's probably still banned, and you know, it just whatever. But lo and behold, it showed up. There it was, 1,700 to 1,800 levels, right about where it should be. Over 500 hours played. That had to be it. But it's still got to be banned, right? Wrong. I thankfully still had access to the junk email that I had used, and holy crap, I was able to recover the account, and I went back to the login screen expecting to be met with a "you're still banned, loser" screen, but instead I was greeted with 1,720 days since last login. Needless to say, I was a little bit emotional. Ignore the fact that this screenshot was taken at 2:42 a.m. I was back in my beloved account. I walked back into the castle and discovered that my fire-making capes were still there. Everything else was still there. My account had been restored to the state it was pre-hacker, and I was just floored with emotion the only way you can at 3 a.m. with a video game. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool, because this was such a big chunk of my childhood that's suddenly coming back. It was just a sense of completeness and fulfillment, and I didn't know that I was missing that much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm probably not going to play old school RuneScape much or at all. I've been playing a lot with Red and all my streams, and it's a nice game to sort of screw around with at work. I've got it set up on my iPad, so whenever I have literally nothing else to do, I can just fish or farm or whatever. But it's so nice just to be back in this game that's filled with nostalgia. I'd spent so much time playing on this account, and not only am I able to kind of re-experience those things in kind of a really fun and interesting way, but actually have access to the account that really kind of started it all. I mean, it's kind of incredible to me that, like, it's these long series, like these small steps that sometimes lead you in different places. Because like I said, I started, like, RuneScape was my first online multiplayer game. I never really played online with other people. From there, I went on to, you know, Guild Wars 2, and things like that. I really didn't play as much of those because they didn't capture my same attention. I guess I just like those kind of mindless, like, gathery games that it's like literally just to grind the video game, but it clicked with me, and I enjoyed it so much, and it was something fun. But then I believe it was from there that, like, I created a YouTube channel, Popuptwo, to sort of explore the community, because I think I ran into somebody from, I ran into a bunch of famous people. I was digging through my screenshots, as you can see. Probably have spiced them through in this video, and like I think I remember, what was his name? I can't even remember his name. But the three gods, and it was like a sitcom show, Gothics, and it was just a time, and I was like discovering the whole world of like machinima and like YouTubers that played video games. And I think from there, it went from like RuneScape to kind of like the Sea Nanners kind of thing. And from there, went to Minecraft. And actually from there, I just started to actually make YouTube videos. So like in a small, weird way, RuneScape was responsible for a lot of who I am today as a gamer and also as like a YouTuber. And YouTube ended up having a large influence on what I enjoy to do, was just film and things like that. It was just kind of all these kind of emotions from the past and the present, and just kind of all welling up at once, just walking around looking at a stupid level 99 fire making cape in a bank in a video game that I hadn't played for 10 years. Maybe not 10 years. Okay, it's 7 years, but still. But it was just so cool just to be back in that. I don't want to go too on about that. Like, I don't know if I seem to remember if I did send like some report to Jagex and said like, hey, my account, and like to them unbanning an account, fixing it was probably literally seconds of effort. But it meant so much to me to be able to get back into that world and that account that had meant so much to me, because part of it was like a sense of, I don't want to start over again. I've already done so much. I'm very much a like, I want to do it and do it once and then be done, but and like I don't want to have to redo everything. I say as I'm like level 60 cooking because I'm stupid. Anyway, but it's like I didn't want to start over again. I didn't want to start at nothing. And even though I am starting with nothing on like RuneScape Classic, it's different because it's attached to the account that had all of that effort before. I'm probably never gonna play RuneScape 3 ever again because, oh gosh, there's so much stupid stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of take a weird nostalgia trip to sort of tell this story. I thought it was a fun and worthwhile story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's probably not going to be the exciting visuals of me going through Tutorial Island and being otherwise boring, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I doubt I'll make some like any other content like this, but this was such a unique case just because of how special RuneScape was to me years ago. Just meeting people and having online friends. Like, if I hadn't had that background with other people and interacting with people on RuneScape, I never would have been available to reach out to people for Awesomenauts, and that would have been such a great tragedy. But anyway, I guess I've waxed lyrical enough on this, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoy. I think I've still got like 2 or 3 minutes left of this clip. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll let it play out and finish the island. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.